to understand what they were being taught. It is not just putting a kid in school and saying free SHS into Ubecha. It doesn't work like that. From the day the kid enters that school, you need to make sure, say, akwalane welfare, no, if it drops for even 5%, that kid, the probability of that kid failing is high. The schools, and it hurts, bufu. They are stressing our software, they are stressing. Let the PTAs take over this. Review free SHS. Number the Mokwasiya campaign. Obi tan Ekufuado. And Ekufuado the free SHS aba. And of one kwa you date your try exams because they print your poor. In this also MPP na, shall nipa di ba omiechi the quality di ba omiechi. Shall quality di ba omiechi no. I say sa monsa mumba.
Gigim abusia Kevin Tailor waba na enka MPP for the fan ekon ho MPP for nim se bi owura no wakọ awokọ na home enti no waje adwuma na to enti MPP for ahyase edi jandam no ena nkrumu a omu ebom se dwomro muni dwomro xylophone wasiase se yinuanom entafo no omunye yemubom but the name Kevin Naba or see all jandam dead or no jandam killer waba or babe eden or be kill all jandam nina. Our chance here free Muslim Christian issues a course or Wesley girl see abusia me dream one mentias since when a Ghana side we chassis ye a Christopher Ninkamophobia Tawantawa Yesuku. It's sad. Ghana na uni say you kwe choose you kwe nchen mu say him phone minim ye kwe nim na kwe say me wapa ene ne tem ze wunyina na se bi wujimi minim say Ghana ye nyini no se bi jimi bi abataye ho cry. I don't understand unnecessary issues ene ye fa boy tiri so meanwhile mine da ho no ma ye nyam fixi ne wo say fixi suban ene ye niye ye toto ne magu basabasa ne di yense but then here tribal politics, religious politics, and other useless things are any consequence. Yeah, politics na. Yeah, and it is sad. I don't know why we see ya mokotro yankwa that it is social media we achira omwa them feel poto what I say omwa feel poto and it's sad. Kevin the solution is a guho nti yankontem na nti nsema oditu edwa.
On record. Who on record? I played an audio of him threatening another man. Wakofane yire. Was a friend. Abra Casey koso court. I threatening the life. Edi or the thugs. Ako enkwarana ya di yensake ka omuni school. Se thugs no enko yankwarano. This is a guy. That is what I'm saying. Say, Upe, the most filthiest politician in Ghana, a dirtiest politician. This grass cutter called Afenyo Markin. Now, that is what that guy did. Into one, he was even called to appear before the General Legal Council. This is a lawmaker. And this is the fool who is leading you people. Now, secondly, this is a man who basically recently, a court ruling, Pandai Assembly no, Ojina as a minority leader, the court is a kangaroo court. He does not even respect the judiciary. At a point, people said I didn't respect the judiciary. I was brought before the Supreme Court. I made my case. And at the end of the day, the court, based on its own evidence and intelligence, said, you have made your case. You can walk. This is a lawmaker, Afenyo Markin. He stood in parliament on national television to call our legal system, our judiciary, a kangaroo judiciary. This fool, he's still leading a political party in power, in opposition. Thirdly, this fool slapped a uniformed police officer in public on camera. Now, these are all not hearsay. This guy on national television, on camera, all over the world, slapped a police officer. And we sit here and we think this is a joke. This is not a joke. This guy is a mad dog who is sitting in parliament, and we, because of politics, say Jimmy NT. This mad dog is standing in parliament and making laws. Abra, every single day, he's breaking laws. But because of politics in T, MPP be a Jimmy T, Kevin Tailor say Afenyo Markin. But the things I am saying are all factual. If today, anybody stands in public On your public servant, on your parliament, say our court is a kangaroo court. The judge is a biased judge. And Mobeka see for the Paniko Jina court in Jelino. But this fool is a lawmaker. Apart from that, he's a lawyer. So you see, why do you the MPP Mwejini? I keep telling you, say, you are being led by crazy dogs. The reason why I don't respect this guy is because he does not respect the laws of the land. And this fool always walking around in Ghana making it look like say everybody has to respect him. And the man of MPP when they say all the 99 fools in the MPP are following this dog. If somebody who makes laws at the end of the day is breaking the law every single day, in some market they are factual, they are evidence to it. I met many African market any court and show to him. Have I insulted African market? No. Am I paying African market with my taxes? Yes. So why is this dog still standing in parliament telling Ghanaians that he needs to make laws for us? Do you get it? And that is what I keep saying to you people. Party Mwejimi, you need a new face. You need somebody people can respect and trust. You don't need any mad dog, a Bangladesh dog who is backing, insulting the judiciary because some judge sat on the case and made a pronouncement. If you don't agree with the judge, you have every right to appeal. But this is a lawmaker who is so dumb and stupid. Where Jiminti or say, "Mami ko di judge for ni judiciary attempt." No. How do we build a nation with such foolish people? Because here we see clinic into a Jimmy and Kanjreno. That is where my problem is as a nation. That is where my problem is. Inti enya personal. Me afenyo ma can be bien in where feche me. Afenyo ma can hunkruso ne trimu dwene ekuro so. There's nothing about him that excites me. He's no way no nyai. But the guy is he's terribly stupid. Ombumrano. But how can I sit here and tell you say Afenyo ma should lead you grass cutters to come to power? Do you know what this fool is going to do? People are not attracted to this party. The NPP, no, NPP, you are not attracting any new faces, any new intelligent people. No. Sit back and ask these questions. Ask yourself these questions. NPP, you are not attracting any new faces. You are not attracting anything new. You are still stuck with the foolish idiots. 3 things I must say to her. 1. Or the tax okoji obi yire enoma tax edi nipa nechi ne manechi ko school ena oye den ankom ko kidnap obi ba ena osafre nipa no e wo phone so na o threaten nipa no afenyoma ken kwase awe. 2 afenyoma ken ebo police ni asum. This is the minority leader, a political party that wants to make a case for us to give them another opportunity to come to power. Abra ye ne etiase. 3 Afenyoma ken yeden or catch a whole judiciary system say it's a kangaroo judiciary system and that all the judges are foolish. He made a statement like that. 4 This fool has been referred to the privileges committee in parliament. And you tell me this is an honorable man? This is a foolish Bangladesh. Let's put feelings aside. Now Ghana help papa dia na nka Afenyoma ken download this and kwase nka be Afenyoma ken nka ukro Ghana ukro na nkodi hine na odi san kwase nka be wode o ya MPP ni nti onti ase se Kevin Tailor di Afenyoma ken atem sa Afenyoma ken court bi obese ode be confirm nko ba Mwejimi the fooling and the foolishness with you the NPP no ene na amamo party ni gu enyansafo ni mu biem party amutim chairman ni nim there's no chairman penyini nim hwe Salakao hwe Mustafa Salam hwe Nanabi hwe kwase form di party nim. Who are these people? Who are they going to attract? Partner time. Look at Baumia. Hwe comedy hwe Kennedy Japan. Look at Comedy Japan. Who is attracting? Who is the leader of this party? Who is directing the party? Nobody is directing the party. Cecilia Page said, Madam Appiajo today, Odidi Afenyoma ken. Sama amu osiswa ya fano na Afenyoma ken yan wo no. Mami paying toto the parliament. Emma Afenyoma ken ADD judiciary atem. Now mami paying toto. Umenopause ba 10 years. Untumi nka asamu nchira wo ba. Now Appiajo di Afenyoma ken Jimmy wechi na mami paying te sawo. Otu nyina fudwene na osra wo di nkutafo onufu ho abegina wo say mabomi tinti me a lawmaker. Now wo ye ma na apart from lawmaking no, don't you have common sense? One chichiremba. Why antete akwara. Na mo no mai say ntwe na mugu parliament wo because of politics inti impenifo da ne nwan. Impenifo maamifo mpenifo anka asemba yebebo mu din dia aka no modane agimifo na wo apjedi afenwoma kreti na odidi judiciary atam. Now what was saying yes, bring afenwoma king back. We don't understand. Uye mu ba. Politics is the one that need Jimmy for ba. What is all this? And you people expect us to come and sit here and say, yes, Ramo, ya no susumina so, where you go to jogu form. Now where Jimmy are? How did I mean go to jogu form? I mean power chow. Yeah, Jim. No. Hey. Cha 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 cha. Hey. Mama. Hey. Yata. Yata. Yata biloko. Yata. Yata nagai. Yata. Mama. Hey. Hey. Cha 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 cha. Hey. Mama. Hey. Yata. Yata. Yata biloko. Yata. Yata nagai. Yata. Mama. Hey. Cha 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 cha. Hey. Mama. Hey. Yata. Yata. Yata biloko. Yata. Yata nagai. Yata. Mama. Hey. You are still live on Loud Silence TV. My name is Kevin Tailor. Yendi grow ha. Now, mama yafanya maybe enshisheso. Adia no ya kanu krecha na yemu ya. We are mini editorial na mdema MPP for. Munko dwene ho. It's simple. Go think about it. You are not supposed to fight NDC. Fight the people. Explain yourself to the people. Samajuni yamu say money MPP na ebet ntama benya power dia. You are making a mistake. Because nipa na mo share mo tutia mo ho omo hwemo. How are you proving yourselves to them? Such a filthy Bangladesh group of ignorant, tribalistic, myopic, senseless, unhealthy, unhygienic, unpalatable, disgraceful, diabolic, nauseating characters acting like grass cutters in the NPP. MPB or Uganda, and then we'll be sending video. No, yes, okay, you MPB or Uganda. Africa politicians, now I said, I bottom. Africa politicians, I bet 80% of my bottom. I can bet 20% of my papa. Africa politicians, 80% of my bottom. I said 20p and a papa. Yes, I could go Uganda or MPB ko Uganda no call you America 2 weeks be or bedroom Uganda for parliament. I feel a bugger catcher my danning and war and there aquaroni. Yes, just say Africa politicians has some call but no about them. Yes, oko Uganda or Uganda MP no call America 2 weeks pe. Or by no make can somewhere Uganda for parliament na who the ekwa wadani ekufuado.
That the water strips the copper deposits into the water bodies, and it's the same water body that is used as drinking water. Mr. Speaker, I think this is a disaster that could cause an extinction of an entire community. As a matter of emergency.
Point of procedure.
Because the English that is trying to put this matter here is confusing a number of us and making us miss a very serious issue that is affecting very many people, even in the countryside. I am straining myself to understand him, and yet he's saying a very serious issue. And Mr. Speaker, next time Mr. Atikens is supposed to present, he needs to speak the common English of Uganda. We are tired of this, whether he gives us a paper and we follow word by word, because the English is too much. We are just from campaign.
So, Honorable.
Water strips the copper deposits into the water bodies, and it's the same water body that is used as drinking water. Mr. Speaker, I think this is a disaster that could cause an extinction of an entire community. As a matter of emergency.
Point of procedure.
Because the English that
Edia
is trying
Sankra, is anti-Africa, the water bodies. If the water bodies is not good, because it's soon as say. Just a young man day, but activities near Kosovo, Mantabno, and then a good student in soon say, and share a yebu. Can't you grow before America? America, okay, Massachusetts, and now say Massachusetts. Uko America, Massachusetts, now say. What's Massachusetts? Won't you crub? Massachusetts, Massachusetts, over when you attend the film in Grassforum. Who America by Massachusetts? Massachusetts now say, what you crassy? Ube do Uganda 2 weeks before we did waha. Would you 3 days? Eshe them I want it. 2 days now the sorry. Another 2 days another cost rank of 4 ewo ewo Boston and I'll buy now 2 weeks now buy. Ube jina wa water bodies.
That the water strips the copper deposits into the water bodies, and it's the same water body that is used as drinking water. Mr. Speaker, I think this is a disaster that could cause an extinction of an entire community. As a matter of emergency.
Point of procedure.
Because there's some water bodies, the extinction and this water bodies. Yet it's MPP for we are and I just have a court. Massachusetts here, as at the same place here. I quit Massachusetts no woo. Some Massachusetts were where's so Massachusetts. The same Massachusetts. I want to address for share. Also, Jumani Guho. Sanko from just here review. Kwasiafo grass cutters. MPP grass cutters. Bangladesh human beings. Sani etiana address for Suja Ghana to one of Massachusetts. Or Massachusetts. Address for Subaya. Also, Kosha. Also, buy on TNB.
I want to say a good evening to your listeners and everybody that's watching. And I'm grateful that you have me on this evening.
There's a lot waiting for you. In fact, in Parliament, the processes and the hearings have started. Obviously, to hear some of your colleagues, including yourself, who've not been present in the House for some time now. Are you willing to appear before the committee? Are you willing to return and appear?
Definitely, I will return. As you know, my son has been unwell, and that is why I had to come here to the United States to, be the mother and the best mother that I could be. And I'm still here, making sure that all that is settled with my son and all the authorities and the school, and it's still ongoing. I've been a deputy leader of Ghana's parliament, and I know the rules, and I know that the Privileges Committee wants me to be in parliament. But as we speak, I don't know that I've been invited. I have to be served, and I'm not aware that any such thing has been given to me. I'm just hearing it from you.
So all throughout the process, when it was announced even by the Speaker that you'd be facing the committee, no official document has come to not communicating that to you officially?
No.
So this would then mean that you will not be appearing before the committee?
As you can see, I'm here in the United States, and I don't know that I was supposed to. I mean, if the Speaker says that you've been referred, the committee has to sit and have its own modalities of how we're going to appear, when and how, the dates, what information they're requiring, and I don't think I have all that information as we speak right now.
And that's really surprising because just a few minutes ago we heard from Ricky Tagan, one of the members of the committee, stating that your schedule is next. So how come you've not been communicated to? Because he's quite sure that at least you are well informed about what the processes are and how the committee is going to go about its proceedings.
I'm just hearing it from you, and I got a message from my personal assistant that you guys wanted to talk to me about it. And that's why I showed up right now.
Well, let's talk about this. Beyond the committee as well, we know certainly that you're a member of parliament. So parliament is back from recess, and there are concerns as to whether or not you would return and continue to function as a member of parliament. Are you going to do that? Because aside the committee requirements, you are also a member of parliament, and you've been elected by your constituents, but you're not showing up in parliament. So parliament is back. Will you be returning?
I will be returning, definitely, to serve my people. I lead and serve the people of Domi Kwabenya. And I've done that for the past 12 years, and I know exactly what my responsibilities are. And I'm definitely going to do that. But as you know...
Committee, moralities, 12 years, responsibility. Hey, Agromato, where the one no more. Committee, committee, and what was committee? It took committee, and they say swami for any sounds of dress. Now, Kevin, now you say address of what I don't get remedy and Tiasia. What the committee, I didn't committee. Committee, I can get where the task force committee. Whether an anati committee, whether a mention committee, a committee, I draw by or say a committee, and I just say modalities. Yes, I say MOD modalities, and I just modalities, committees and modalities. MPP, when you see you, Kwasiafo, Nkrantie, grass cutters, you this Bangladesh, you today you say we should forget everything. And I just said 12 years in serving my people. Domi Kwabenya. I didn't even say Domi Kwabenya. Domi Kwabenya, my people. Because someone you see you. And I sound quite a foy. And almost said the NSC. Or so you know, so responsibility. What would you Quantabroso? What's the responsibility? What you say? Who do Jimmy to Kevin Tailor or Yabua? What the responsibilities? What you say? Jimmy. In Tabuum na wote and I had the MPP for Kevin there and the entire Sierra Mahamano or dying me. What the responsibilities? What you say? In nine, when I tremu, was it the Amamu to me? Fui. I swear to God. I swear to God. Modalities, responsibilities, committee. I got a more. Modia, you are successful grass cutters, Bangladesh for moralities in nine. You can't be a I know you say refi. In Tiana, the Yanto Abamobia, any Kennedy. No more bad day. And go for it, now, and the Mihubi or one of my internet and so, and if you will give you I'll go away. Now, there's something I want to show. This young lady. And then a video somebody sent me, and I think school near Sugasku. I think it's Sugakope Secondary High, right? This lady, I think she was doing her assignment. Maybe I think so a visual art student or something. Just say, me video no. It's a lady named Jame with Jimmy. You can't be a Jubia. Just a young girl. With Jimmy Manchester, Mianka say yes, I correctly Jimmy. Just say, ultimate draw to see. Well, some of the old picture and send no. Now, young girl, maybe some of the old picture and the command. Now, make a chance say old one to Michael Jackson, you know. Only and also, mommy, because I didn't end encouragement, you know. Inti Gano video in here with Jimmy Ankasa. Kevin Tailor, the Jandam killer in Ghana. And I really appreciate this person who, because of me, the inspiration people get from my show, the education, the information, people are paying their TV license. Why would you mean to your cracker? Meboa? Why would you mean to your cracker? Meboa? Mudi anymore. Why would you be a Kevin reference Kevin Tailor and I'm mentioning Padodo met to your mame? I want to see, say, make me break a record of the number of people paying using me as a reference. Now me to me breaking record. They say GBC no crampono. Technically GBC na media. right now me beto shares or GBC nipa do metua obu TV license somebody me DB reference na kire say GBC na media inti technically you want me to own GBC you need to go there and pay your TV license inti mo ambeko ho no how much 36 Ghana, right? And also Crampo 36 Ghana, at least around 37 Ghana. Into Monkora TV license, say be a GBC subenya equipment, papa, to me, every brandy or get more sophisticated na more live shows, more person more shy entrance, na nyoku na mic ninya basabasano, you use a GBC embed the nations and TV. Into what want your TV license, no? Try and pay your TV license, send a beya GBC for subenya scar, or to my equipment, send a beya Black Stars kobo macha. See, you know, Ghana to me yachre. Black Stars ko Togwa, GBC bet to be yachre, omu hiska. Omunye ska mu GBC so mu giska la munja na so mu di dumonum no mu so na mu diskari dimonum aya munjai ye diska we mamu a aya mu fanto someone say me why adwuma GBC da yeah my wife why adwuma GBC da but people don't know yeah she worked at GBC in fact she worked at graphic communications and I later called GBC she with graphic my wife was at the photo department. People don't know a lot me dem ira Ghana me you onim Ghana connect nyina o drive o Ghana nyina Ijana nkofo kan kwa asemo ana em se time na me ne me yire every graphic enanti akose ke kofa car ereko hacho no na majority of you ye wo mo inti se wo ka oba a wabre wo Ghana onim Ghana ya nanti o chalemu a me yire wabre chen Ijana mo 1992 for MPP 1992 for na bujimi mo ho no me yire osinyo ma hye blue nyina o Ghana kwasiafo mu hu bibida inti monko ne yenkotua ne mwa GBC na GBC so embeye the nation's television to say CBA what the nation's prophet and to say opam war no into GBC so aye so use me as your reference na GBC so enya sika na omfa enya den ema omu TV no enkoso na Ghana yenya because yakoba World Cup GBC for person show World Cup no but at this point they will need you to pay your TV license. They will need you to work for you. They will need you to pay your TV license for them to be able to pay. Send a baby to my World Cup. Until the more people pay a TV license, maybe the possibility of us watching the World Cup live on TV, it is high. Into mummy your TV license. To GTV ni ska and they be on sponsors ka krasa ka abeso ska no so no mo de etumi tua right no GBC GTV. So is there a difference between GTV and GBC? Now I thought GTV is inside GBC and yeah, it's the same thing. I think GTV is inside GBC. GBC is the bigger one and GTV is inside. So ninja go siwa when your TV license are unya GBC into no say GTV or GBC you go and pay. That's it. Thank you. Now there's something we need to also talk about and it's got to do with a year asama na me kadibia about this man called Augustine Edubofo, this custom officer. Your friend Augustine Edubofo. Metra can send be say this man has been at the port for over 12 years. At the beginning of the year, any transfer to Koko Florida, and at the end of the day, Nipebi SR back to Accra in less than a week. This man has been involved in a lot of scandals about the Tema port. This Augustine Edubofo, me can ask my catcher said the GRA commission, the GRA boss. Only the finance minister, they should do the right thing and make sure this man is sent back because he was actually transferred. I wasn't saying he should be sacked. I said that if this guy has been transferred to Koforidua, then he needs to stay in Koforidua because Ejuma no Accra no obi subetuma is Ejuma no. So I wasn't saying he was supposed to be sacked. I was saying that if they are seeing it right for him to go to Koforidua, then he needs to stay there. There's no reason for you to bring him back to Accra. Abra Ejuma wayan be 12 years no obi betuma. Now the good news is that and the date, 1st of December, this man has been transferred back to Koforidua. He received his letter last week. I would like to applaud the authorities, the President of the Republic of Ghana, the government as a whole. We are all trying our best to protect this government. We are doing our best to make sure, nobody at the end of the day takes advantage of John Mahama's government. So I would like to say thank you to the boss too at GRA for listening and making sure, the right things are done. Custom officials are more port one. Obian say we are monitoring every single person, every single one of you. We are watching. If we see Juma Oyen and Sonia, we will sit here and speak on it. We will criticize you. We will let the world know, you have to be kicked out. This man has been sent back to Koforidua I'll come and show you his transfer letter. And I'd like to say thank you to Mr. I don't know his name, the GRA boss, for making a move and making sure the right thing is done. So, Augusta Dufo 4, from today, he's going back to Koforidua to work from there as a custom officer. So, share Koforidua, you crash on person be Jumoha. So, now dream, and say Koforidua, you crash here, you should quit. Because your custom officials almost work Koforidua. So, this man has been moved to Koforidua. I would like to thank the president and then also the government for listening and making sure that the right things are done. Now, this is another story. I think it's worth discussing, and the reason why I'm saying it's worth discussing, and it's time and will break. A lot of people were discussing this issue about schools and enkwara sebi ebi Christopher omoko in Kremofo school and ebi en Kremofo omoko e Christopher school. And then I say Supreme Court directs Wesley Girls Senior High School to respond to Muslim rights allegations. And I think that case is still ongoing. But it is very important to say, you better be say. I think say Ghana no, we waste time on things and it's a wasted time also. To be very, very honest with you, this issue is a national conversation. No. We are not supposed to make this matter a national conversation. The reason why I say this is I say you wasted time or nyoma bibriswa. In the first place, we are not even supposed to allow it to be a national conversation. Because in the first place, there is nowhere in Ghana obi betuma catch saying Kremufo any a Christopher Eko. Since they say a woman as a Ghanaian, menti bi da. Say in Kremufo bi guha. Omni a Christopher bi so mu guha. I can't see any omoko. Menti bi da. So in the first place, there's no cause for alarm. We are not even supposed to make this a conversation. Adiachini eti radio, suni TV so. And the more we speak on this, and some foolish people who cannot think are putting some comments out because they are so emotionally attached to Omujimi Inti. It is basically making this conversation, which is not supposed to get to this point. Now, majority of us in Ghana, the reason why Yambako school aired because you want them to go to a school and go pass exams further to tertiary institutions, and we become proud as parents. And I'm a awufobi or Ghana biano or priority obama akwarako school in the say onko suadie. Enti say or a Christoni na say oko ebia Islamic school. The reason why I wouldn't call Islamic school in the say unim say Islamic school we di omo ya ade. Enti ebia TI Amas omo ya ade what say omo ya ade enti me pese me ba ko ho. Oye Christoni. The reason why I would ba ko on say o pese o ba no pass. Into the priority number one is for your kid to go have an education. So you in Kremoni, and the seminary Kremofo, now so case oba enko persek. The reason I'm about enko persek, the priority is say enko persek enko suya de no on passing exams, na on be de enko university and whatever further. That is your priority. Into school in a priority. Anything that comes after the school biano a add on. Anything that comes after the school na nipa ne kobiano add on enti so obi ko presec so obi ko achimota so obi ko tiamas or incrimoni or Christonio as far as or student na we wura ho no the priority number one is to go learn pass enti awufobia no priority no now sakrani incrimoni na so ko a Presbyterian school, a Catholic school, an Anglican school ana akra no Christoni na oko tiama and a Muslim school. At the end of the day, no, the akorana esuma osum no, it does not affect akorana de no oceano. Because at the end of the day, sa akorana eco school na baby esuma osum no, it is not a priority to wuna oshe ana akorana baby oceano no. That is not a priority. Sa akorabi ba school or persec now in Kremoni na at the end of the day or passing the exams na oko to asoko university. We don't ask say akora way or call per second no yen kremoni on your chances esmoye or your chance and some. The priority is akora ne pass ye. Now, anything eka adesua no ho no add-on. And when I say it's add-on, it is the work of the school. It is the work of the school to make sure say akora bia wo ho bia no at the end of the day why comfortable. Now, sa akora bi nkremoni wo presec. Na say ebia presec school no 99% of the students no Christopher mission school. That is why we have something called the PTA. This conversation is a PTA conversation. This conversation is not a Supreme Court conversation. This conversation is not a TV conversation. This conversation, it is not a parliament conversation. This conversation is a PTA conversation. We cannot make this a national conversation. The reason why it's a PTA conversation is that Samia Kwamiti hey, me wo me ba na me hu se tia ma dia school ni a good school chen presec. Na me pesa me ba no ko abra me nim se school no eyenkremosom na tete school na say eyenkremofo no doso se bio eyenkremo mu na tete school na. I know say me ba ne ko no eye school a eyenkremofo school. So if I'm a member of the PTA, not say ko PTA meeting, I can raise an issue and say PTA board, please. Me ba no, I love this school. Oko school ha me pesa be pass na oktumi ko nanim. Can you in some way no mo betumi amaya so ya dwendwene ape a way to make sure say enkwara no mo ha na omo so nya nkremufo no we can create an avenue for them to at least also feel comfortable when they want to practice their religion. The people on the PTAs they won nkremufo wom you a Christopher wom sebio omo njimi they will have to sit and agree because ye nyina ye ma. So this issue is an issue the schools have to deal with it. This is not an issue the education minister has to deal with. This is not an issue the president has to deal with. This is not an issue that we need to go to parliament and discuss. Because Ghana na yetino ye Christopher ni nkremofo obianko ye. It is ameba eko eye presec na me nkremoni na meba wo ha na PTA anything aban we buy no why introduce PTA. These are some of the jobs of PTA. Anything aban we buy no say PTA is important. Go to PTA meetings. These are issues that you raise at PTA meetings. Into oba nkremoni na okosko presec. Na say o pese oka oba no religion asem say yemma omo baby bia presec Muslim students omo bia 20. Na say mo nyina mo parents ba PTA no mo say oh PTA board please. Ya asem eri to manim nie. Ya nka say yemmesi masalachi o school mu ha. Ya nka say yemma no omo ndane school no to nkremofo school but ye pe school no additional course na anything dey buy mo betumi ameki arrangements a ye man so betumi anya baby sebio asom omo nya baby omo ye sala omo betumi ye sala omo baby omo ye akwanchira omo betumi ye akwanchire. PTA is there to analyze these things, reason together and make provisions. That is all. I see a Jimmy, I see a nimunyansa. And no one way nam ha no can we and nkremofo we beko and Christopher pen nkremofo asem intimidate your motives. I don't know Jimmy sir mubudu do no Jimmy. It has not gotten to that point where we have to even argue about this for this to end up in court, because the reason why Sanyoma we nyina no any say a PA ebedru national as a national conversation say the PTA's job is to make sure these things are dealt with. Make up presec. During my time at Presec, there were Muslim students in my school. Sebio, now you call assembly, you call worship Sundays. They don't want to go. When you go to Presec, a small space was made for them to worship, and they were going there to worship. In fact, so call the not a science block. When you go down to Engman, when you're going down a little bit, now say opa. I don't even know how to explain it. Anytime you bedroom baby, we keep quiet. We walk quietly, because we know say this place has been dedicated to school. So it is the responsibility of the PTA, because school bia was basically established on some ground, on some belief. But the priority of these kids in all these schools, and they say, first of all, they are going there for education. If they are going there for education, the next thing say or some now person then you can go to PTA meeting and tell the PTA say me enkremoni me do school way press before school but me ban me person ko school no ne some dey ni so otwetwene nti PTA mo betumi me provision bi e bi a classroom akọ ne be yi amankwara no na sebio se Christopher no eko SU for no ko anaso omo so koye worshiper omo so betumi akọ ho sebio omo tina class till 5 PM omo betumi akọ ho akoya sorry. break. It is not a mosque. It is we make the same way. A Christophobic tia massa. You bet me another room. Biamamu say Sundays no munya mo worship. That's it. Why are we making this a big deal? There was so many things to think about. Mumu bino ye Jimmy. A Christophony be a Jimmy and a Cremophony be so a Jimmy and a yatinchine so na ye kontokwa on what is the reason? This is a respect to every single school PTA wom. And I don't think say PTA leadership no make Jimmy out to the point to say obi a awofo obi a awofo. That's why I got PTA. I mean, you say PTA for the Jimmy to the point say they hate Muslims or they hate Christians. No, I don't care. This platform, it does not hate any religion, and everybody in Ghana knows the lover platform where Christians and Muslims. It worries me when I see things like these that can be dealt with easily, and people are exaggerating, bringing in things that are not important. In Krano school, they are not fighting. The young kids in the various schools are not fighting each other. In Korano, are expecting their parents and their teachers to reason for them, think for them, guide them. So why are we sitting on TV and on radio making it look like say in Kremofoni a Christopher Kontokwa? Since ya womi Ghana, me who say Kremofoni Christopher Koda. The last time we could some stupid write-up be Nana Jantoya. I went to school and I went to learn conflict resolution. Who are fighting? And point one, when conflict is about to start, and Mr. Jimmy, you know, muko school, muko sunyale kakra, mubipa motokura na Jimmy. What is conflict resolution about this? And I went to learn conflict resolution. Who, the chief imam of Ghana? He's one of the most respected people in Ghana. Do you think any Ghanaian can disrespect or undermine the Islamic religion in Ghana? The religion, the Christian religion. Do you think anybody can underestimate? No. We have lived in harmony. This is basically an administrative thing that we need to go back to the basics and fix. We need to go back to the basics and fix. Problem new, and people are forcing problems. I've seen some young Muslim boys. They are on social media and they are trying to incite other people. You just say, this is not how to go. This is not how to go. This is an issue where this issue, and then can you say do TV so? This issue. And this can do TV so because our PTA system is weak. That's why we are having these problems. Because our PTA meetings, this thing weak. Because this is the job of the PTA. It's a PTA. No what you man is saying. You see, Parents Teachers Association. You jaya ma ama teacher for school. Welfare. There's a reason to a teacher for at a point they call us to come as parents to think with them. It's your parents near bar. Why can't we put it before the teachers and say, "Me na minim say school na cremo for school. Me buy a Christo din am de buy. Embom or something there. Kamunya ho me key some provision be ma me ban to me esoma. Me nka say yanda nin cremo for school no into Christian school." It's in the PTA meeting. We all sit, we judge. PTA will bring, okay, you're some old class, you're some location where we think say, in Kwaramia St. 30, they can go there. That's all. Oh, me bana ba presek or about Wesley girls or membano on Kwara we 200 and I'm 20 or me and Kwara. Please PTA meeting. Then I'm also yama and incremo for Kwara. Yan Kwara ye person some cost no musum. Yedim say addition no mobile, but or some so de here. It won't make provision behind Kwara way so no they can go there. That's all. That's it. Obian time obia. And then Ghana, we sit in Ghana and we let some fools just destroy this nation. Problem niwa ni akofa problem aba. Problem niwa ni akofa problem aba. Na ehona nkofo be tro kwasian articles. Nkofo be tro. What is all that? Majority of you people are in Ghana and muye dede yentiasie we Christoni we Nkremoni. You went through senior high school. You saw it. Majority of yani Christo fonkwala ye wie school boy yankwa sorry. And I can say the same to a young Kribufonkwara. Majority of Kribufonkwara ikra and they to a yakun ye school crumple salakwa yenye. But it does not mean say yanto or something tonchini. Omusano or see the show it needs to be there. But we don't have to make it look like say I to say Obibe Kubi, who is going to fight who? In Kremo 4, any Christo 4, that's what make Ghana unique. Yetumatna in harmony from the day Ghana was put together into school. akora benya baby aye worship ntina and the Ghana eba bewu eno ntina ende e Christopher ni enkremofo be kontokwa na wo Christo ni ana enkremoni ni wagimi. Are you foolish? We need to reason beyond this. And the mama bufu e kwa na jantoa. I got church on Facebook. I went to school and I went to learn conflict resolution. I don't know where you got to Ukraine. Who share conflict resolution we no wana ko Ghana. Got na bokwe. In kwasa sam na mo so Ghana sa intokwansi ya mo intokwansi. Confusion by mo confusion is. Let us go back to the PTAs, the respective schools, the parents, Monko PTA meeting. If you have a kid in a school or in Kreboni, now say Akrano or Christopher school, go to PTA meeting and respectfully dialogue and let them understand. Yet the school no, I didn't know much on your pay. Your person about your school ha. Your Kremo we believe in Islam. We believe it's a school no edo ya manti no muje. Into school no can make some provisions for our kid so that omusubenya baby asum. Yes, so yeah, a Christopher, your school tia Amadia, your Islamic school, your do a school no, adusianti ye baba ye, your PTA, your parents, please, yamba Christopher, ya in school no, yen you pese adwene, you better be a small place for our kids to worship. That is it. And then you Jimmy sir. Hey. I just a Ghana and no continent radio swa nan kwasiafobia ba omo be discussing. Na some way see ye into headmaster no headmaster and Wesley girls headmaster on or power bang. No headmaster is powerful than any PTA in any school. Let's respect each other. Let us meet as adults. Let the PTA come together. Let adults meet. Let them discuss it. And then ye sika edi abua school dia yanka se we enkremoni we Christoni. A do time a PTA Asia agigi dues and me dia ko boa school ni dia ade yanka se we enkremofo sika yanje because school ade e Christopher adentina ye gigi sika ewo tia media na se Wesley gesa yanka se we Christopher nkwa sika. No, we are not supposed to do that. In Kurani betna National Maths and Science quiz na omo ma answers do we say we there or you botwe ni or you turn into yanti asia botwe enya Catholic school ana Anglican school I don't know. Adentina nkwara no mko wini botwe no yanka se ntafo nkwara no it doesn't work like the kids don't even see it that way. So yen penifo we should reason for these kids. We should reason for them. We should meet, we should dialogue, we should make decisions for them, decisions that will help their education. Akorebi or SSBI is because they want to pass and to picky school no. Menya sure say obia picky school because of their religion because they pick the answer no picky school. No. 90% of Nkwara Omuko school or different schools in Ghana, they pick the schools because person ko no mko nya den, omko pass, no mko university. Now so akọ school no at least ne som no so opese oda ho suma ye betume di nkomo apekwan bi suma akwara bia som ne som. That's all. Jack, we are too foolish. Sometimes Annie and Jimmy, they are stressing the chief imam. They are stressing the schools. And it hurts, bufu. They are stressing our software. They are stressing. Let the PTAs take over this. This is a PTA conversation. This is not an education minister conversation. This is not a president conversation. This is a school. PTA. Let the PTA meet. Let them all meet. Say week way PTA. Yenina na school be a PTA share. We will come a conclusion will be done on this. And and the boss way abwe school way na nkora dinechi no mo kekan sam no mo ye. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Then awo ye. Into catch akran said yen. At that age, we need to guide them. Akora bi wo krampa information about many parents. Maybe yet what is on the ground. So we need the parents to go sit with the teachers and come to a conclusion on something. All right. Now let's talk about another thing. Now, there's another story and it's got to do with a year WASI results. Yes, say WASI results so ba and this one yourself for. Oh, you're right, Yami. You wasted time or Ghana power unnecessary time. You wasted time or Ghana unnecessary. Just say you to me sorry no pa. Na ya shada ni you wasted time 24 hours ni na. If Asobia Maso, they are Sakoda. Now, yes, sorry, yes, why I can release the results of 2025 in Korana Omuwie Edian school. No. Now, 2025 WASI was conducted under heightened invigilation, strengthened supervision, and strict adherence to examination protocols across all centers. Now you're sorry and you see what's the results now about social studies almost fairly, mathematics almost fairly, inti tibida. The issue here is why we are here today. The result we are seeing, and we all know all the people sitting on TV pretending as if they say this is news to us. No, we are all hypocrites. We know. Let's put politics aside. But we all know the genesis of this problem. And the genesis is say, for a very long time, we had a government that did not listen to advice. We had a whole government that did not pay attention to details. We had a government that was all about votes, what people would say, campaign message. We had a government that saw education as a tool to empower themselves through politics. That's all. We all saw our education, it was deteriorating. The quality of students we were producing from the senior high school, from the day Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, or the free SHS Aba, open the floodgates. There was no checks. At a point, teacher-student contact, it was basically like 2%. We all know. In Korano, this is nothing new. Let's not pretend. We all knew from the beginning, say, the kind of students are now you produce, your SSNE produce, 90% of them, they were not supposed to be given the nod to pass as senior high school graduates. At a point, Akufo-Addo friend home, Akufo-Addo graduate. It's all about slogans. It was about saying things to make some people feel, say, some people have been defeated. The fact of the case is, the reason why Intia recorded these bad results in NSA, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo move free power, no. The invigilation, the strict way GES, and WAEC, they basically monitor the elections, no. The usual pass and go did not happen. Let's accept this fact. Let us be honest. This is not politics. So let it not look like say one and I say where your NDC problem, MPP problem. We know say the problem starting now. You can't say the free SHS needs to be reviewed. We were not prepared for free SHS. We were not prepared. And some people made it look like, say, anytime I raise the issue about free SHS, we not being prepared and that things have to be looked at in a different way. No, you become an enemy to Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, NPP. No. We knew near Nkwara when the TV na ya wofo yenim say Nkwara no quality na no de ba fie na enye. At a point, a whole government ekoto applaud the Nkwara. No, this is serious. So okoto past question e de Nkwara. Now o pa kira Nkwara ne saying. Onsua sa questions in pass it. It is the responsibility of that kid to study. It is not your responsibility to buy questions for the kid because you have given the kid textbooks to read. It's the moment that Ube created that opportunity, no avenue na Nkwara, the kid automatically starts to relax because at the end of the day, manko class to cry. Say about try exam sa abai be ni bottom sika akoto de akoto pasco ama yesuya. The probabilities of pass code there it be better a high. So what was the challenge? In 2021, Ministry of Education has spent 34.8 million to purchase 446,954 sets of past questions for 2021 WASI candidates under free SHS. This was reported by GH1 in 2021. Yatam Ghana sika 34.8 million Ghana cedis. Yarikoto Pasco de ma enquara who are supposed to crack their brains, who are supposed to read using textbooks. Textbooks are supposed to guide them to go write exams. You know? A whole government under NPP, Ekufuado, Bawumia, Educhum, sa NPP way, it is 34.8 million top past questions. Now in 2021, so top past question ama akorabi or SS1. Now who say the seniors near top past question mama. Dear the mama sa akora no akotena classroom esuade. Because onim say edu ne so no be try exams na. Over top past question amano. That is what we are seeing today. Adia ekoso ndere enye anything e o say fro bi betena radio so say be chechire chire. No, in chechire bi anim. It is the free SHS that Ekufuado ne Bawumia omu jimi na omu enya abotre amya accessing ye because we didn't have enough facilities to host these kids. 90% of Nkorano, they did not even meet a teacher to teach them. They could not even take an assignment to a teacher to say, "Sir, madam, they are share me and the mentias here and the waba class there, break this down." They did not get that advantage. They did not get that opportunity. Red, blue, green, fono. They didn't understand what was going on. Akorano kwa onya baby pona. Classroom na yema. Who teacher nimpo. You to be the 2 months in school, 6 months at home. You need to understand that you were breaking the education down. They went all the way down. This is what they came to tell us. Education Ministry PRO clarifies alleged 68.5 million spending on photocopying WASI Pasco. Almost has spent 68.5 million to do photocopies on Pasco. This is in 2024. Almost Ghana sika, almost 70 million Ghana. Almost the koto and the printe Pasco. Why do you do that? In Kwarana Mufeli, no. The fact is, they did not go through any education. They went through school. Nobody Obian Chankora we had yet. And Kora we no Mufeli, no. And no photo. The people who introduced this kind of shambolic free SHS. And we need to say it, because you see, say Amando Krana Medawa. Today, when you listen to people on TV, they are being politically mindful of their statements. No. What we are seeing today about these WASI things and all that, it is because not NPP are buying say SHS. No, they destroyed it. The fact is, they say, SS yena yekobi, ye koye su ko wie, ame ye nimye mate ye bomu na ding. So we know how it used to work. We know how it used to work. But from 2017, SHS changed. It changed into something else. And the moment I raise issues about every SHS, you become an enemy to the NPP government and the NPP grass cutters. The moment you say, for a kid to be able to pass the exams, it's not just about sitting in the classroom. A lot of things come together before a kid can pass an exam. And intina obuha or say me per school way, and yet because say me per school way ni it is because of the facilities na ewo and intina and there you will be a friend of grade A school, grade B school. It is almost awufo because me pesa chinchina me bako school we are. It is because we who facility our school any what the facility has been able to bring out. There are some students who schools be that brilliant too. But it's because they got the environment to learn, because they got the assistance, because at the end of the day, what they needed for them to feel comfortable, no, they had it, they were able to at least have some mind to understand what they were being taught. It is not just putting a kid in school and saying free SHS into Uber. It doesn't work like that. From the day the kid enters that school, you need to make sure, say, Akolani welfare, no, if it drops for even 5%, that kid, the probability of that kid failing is high. So the kid has to go through the school, not just to read, but for you to basically condition the kid's mind. Also, or sorry, or that, or to me that soundly. At that age, that kid needs to sleep soundly. When you crowd about 8 to 9 hours of sleep, uninterrupted sleep. I was also making sure baby or dano in tuntumi and the stewa korano. The health in here. Sa korano sorry, also nye the papa di. Sa korano or your bar. The sanitary pad, they need to be. You see, the kids, they need to be in a condition to be able to understand it. So I got in a classroom, and then so I share. You're saying Kwara International School, no? I'm a bench and Kwara Saito, and Kwara Saito no ebia ben. But who compared to international school, it is because international school no majority of Nkwara they are comfortable. So say obetie teacher no kwara 20%. At least 10% back obetie. Now this is a situation a kid goes to school. Only akonya tim otarinto kra. School na oho no. Sebio eduane ni ho. School na oho no. Classroom no krampo no omunkom. Baby obeda no osori no power bre. What is going to make that kid get up and say me ko dware asa kotena class? Because wa bre. Because if you don't get a good sleep, you cannot walk to class. You are already tired. The brain is already tired. Class and when you go to it is important you take nap. We have quiet times. It is important everybody goes to bed at 9:30 at Persec. It is important because so you are adding a school show from prep adentina yasabo adoma say obia enko air worship quick enkoda. It is because they have strategized in the way you have enough rest. Say upon school area between 2 and 5. Say groundswork everybody has to go take some nap. That is how it works. These things are important for the kid to understand because if you don't condition the kid's mind well, unya results now open. And through Ekufuado, the governance, the kids were not going to school to pass. They were just going through their schools. We were not teaching them. Why are we pretending that today this is new? This is not new. Let's be honest to each other. We need more facilities. We need to make sure say yetimi accommodating Korani ye. What is this thing of John Mahama administration no kwasiebi I omon person Korani beko university na Jimmy na omon pass here na I didn't John Mahama stop you omon pass. E John Mahama come again. Adna mo MPP for krantie we mo Jimmy sir. Ube wa krantie bi not social media. I we there NDC for na e share that e failing kwana. Na ade na omo fail omo am failing there NDC am fail omo. So NDC for na mark ya. Ade na omo be pass ya omo be fail here. Ade say NDC for person kwana be go school. Say NDC for na come mark exams na. Ade na omo fail omo nyina. No mo say this year there akore bi eni obekọ tertiary interban into SK bia. Mo krantie na mo MPP mo Jimmy. You have caused this serious problem. I was saying it was caused by Baumia, Ekufuado, MPP, Mwejimi. We need to get to the bottom of this. The only solution to this problem is to make sure free SHS know there are more facilities to do what? To contain these kids, accommodation wise, and school facilities. I was saying enough. TV so and you know and I believe and the solution is one. The free SHS implementation was wrong. It started on a bad note. We need to correct it. We need to review it. Yanti kroma na chichire Jimmy nene ba omia concert guy ka say review means cancel. Kwasiafo na munti kroma. Anna mo MPP nkrantie we mo Jimmy sa. We know the truth. Anytime me catch mo MPP for no say you people, you are not fighting the NDC. You need to convince Ghana for no munim nyansa no. You need to convince Ghana for na omo hu nyansa to tia because omo hu nyansa hu se Jimmy. We need to blame you people. Yatna Kroma, these are some of the things you people told us. These are some of the things. So let's not joke about these things. This is not something to be saying. This is what they said. Free SHS lecturers complaining about quality of students entering our varsities. This story was in 2023. In 2023, Universities lecturers can say no. The quality of students we are seeing in there, we need to do something about it. You people sat in Ghana and told the lecturers say, "Omi NDC for." And kwasi for me anyway. Ejimi for me anyway. They sat in Ghana. They didn't listen to anybody. They foolishly went to Ashanti region, went around the nation, and told Ghana for say review means cancel. One krantie MPP krantie Jimmy for. You people don't think. Muni answer. Jimmy and Korano mo pass you know 90% of companies also mo blame mo MPP for 90% of Korana oman passing sorry in Korano man pass they need to blame you people. You can some way for 8 years. You can some way for 8 years. You people should take a look at this review. Take a look at this review free SHS. Review free SHS. Number the mokwasi ya campaign. Obi tan Ekufuado and Ekufuado the free SHS aba. And then Ekufuado and COVID-19 by. Na Ekufuado the free SHS aba then chese be papa. Yanti krom ha. And achichidie we kofa COVID-19 ba Ghana. When did COVID-19 ba Ghana? COVID-19 yare no. When the kofa bae. And Ekufuado. Wan ko no way o se den kofa bae. Yetiti krom ha enkwasiade yankasa and ankofo we be say krono. And the omon krantie na sorry yentia NDC for M% nkora be ko school ejimi for nkwa anything na mo MPP for mo highest level of education will party me say GSS mo ejimi we need to look at the issues here. Look at this here. Now Ghana moves from Ghana only WASI to international WASI for May-June 2026. GS directs students to prepare adequately. And the Kufuor Baumia, na Ghana and Kwana Chirowasi. Yani the rest of West Africa, yani omunchire exams boom. Right now, under this government, we are going back to the basics. We all need to write the same exams. How can you live in West Africa and say, I calendar ninjenti, would you ukro, won't Kwana better exams? When the bear assess them? Who is going to assess you? And why you could say, GS say in Kwana mo betro May and June 2026 we no omne Nigeria betro omne Gambia betro omne West Africa wayek school bi omoka ekrobia ka wayek hu bia no omo nyina betro bom the same day the same time but aneku for the MPP baumia na Ghana for nkwa ye date your try exams because na ye printia poor the kind of students are omo creating in the omo say omo aid no omo say ende free SHS nkwara na omu ko school no ma bon na omu nim de omu ye ende na omu TikTok omu say baumia free SHS for nkwara no omu tro caption na ohwa aso ma bodam me see omu sa small girls omu hu fi no omu Google TikTok say ye kasama baumia campaign no free SHS for nkwara omu de omu ntuma fa nya hwe into omu wi omu say aden ye nkodi baumia chi e bia na obi akonye edi o party nim na ebi oni abewo anase edidi mu a na enya secretary bia beye eye constituent secretary. That is why they can challenge themselves in this also MPP na hwe nipa mu di ba omiechi the quality di ba omiechi hwe quality di ba omiechi no I say sasa monsam mba the quality di ba omiechi no yankwana di ba omiechi no I say sasa monsam omo tata omo ntumi nkabrofo omo ntumi nchirechirem omo jimi omo nyina free SHS fall out so they could not continue because unim omo ntumi nsua de ampase intend yankodi ba
nti Kevin Badia na chese baby for study Kevin ba na MPP for jandam class ni na modi omuti akote omuka ne sen MPP jandam stations ni nyina no bia hide because I is a fanboy about tamu one hide girlfriend na oyedin obeje no it is ana den akwakoye nti senka mini MPP fo a nka ibe make sure say no kware nkwa na ebeka because mu be twa jandam a we say na Kevin afọ achire nwa hotel mukasa bia no afọ achire nwa na obekeli jandami na niema ne mu ye nyina ye kwa nti ade nti a munja atro no ade nti MPP4 mu bi munja atro no na mo focus on building the party. Because you see, my party, no, it is one of the most useless political parties in the world. I'm telling you, this is not about Ghana. This is not about Ghana. The party, no, is one of the most useless and what unpacked political party, and what on just say the most undisciplined political party. I mean, who be that after independence by MPP, a MPP, because already a coswa, we are into bio, and one is a na buesimi na ena mu twam hoko oko si sia bo me abeka che so nyanso ma bia so kasa mana hwan kan sem bibiri enti really sad, and it is truly bad. The bia meka Kevin Tailor de yenyana nka yewu was the bia former Kevin Tailor, because we ran why we save Ghana a lot of money. In fact, and Kevin Tailor and KBNDC for by your man menu, because we Kevin do odi anyhow we see educating the youth, we the youth, or enlighten ye or my a lot of knowledge about the term, a lot of exposés. I was for Kevin moment na so what apart so didi atem me ate didi nkwa na asa mention dan because atem dey say bi didi ana sometimes enye good, but apart from that utum so wura no obo adwuma, utum so wura no odoman Ghana, odi ne yefun ne niema ne timu ne die bibia ne nan nyina e de so man by exposing the bad deeds of the past government, which was IDC, sorry, MPP. Sana de na kwe meso. So betcha wadu comment section now do when sabo subscriber team so ni sa bibi team akoso ma memfa wisi makra. Bye bye.